What is up, everyone? Today we have more Everfest spoilers. We have 12 cards here from Wednesday, January 26th. Again, if you want to see the original images posted by these content creators, this page here is on the Flesh and Blood website under the Everfest spoiler article. Really excited to get into these. 7 of the 12 cards, I think, find their way into current decks. So, very, very good day of spoilers for us. Up first, we have Ready to Roll. This is a Brute Action Majestic KO specialization. If you would roll one or more dice this turn, instead roll that many dice plus 1 and ignore the lowest roll. So it's like Gambler's Gloves that you can run in a play set right there. A little bit of insurance. So this synergizes very well with the new Brute Glove Skull Crushers. Creates a much higher upside damage potential per turn. Yeah, so can't run this in Rhino or Levia, unfortunately, but I think this will be a very fun card in Blitz, and my god, that art is just out of this world. Next, we have a Ninja Rare 100 Wins, 0 cost combo. If 100 Wins was the last attack this combat chain, this attack gains +1 for each other card named 100 Wins you control on the combat chain. Go again. So very interesting combo there, and Nat Go again on a combo card. We don't see that too often. I really am excited to see a bunch of these plop down on the chain and see its go to its fullest potential. I think this is an immediate 9 in all ninja decks, all the red, yellow, and blue, 3 of each. It just seems really, really strong to me and has a lot of self synergy. Next in line for the combo, this time a Majestic Winds of Eternity, comes in blue, 0 cost. Combo, if 100 Wins was the last attack this combat chain, Winds of Eternity gains +2, and when this hits, shuffle all cards named 100 Wins you own on the combat chain into your deck. So we're running 9, 100 Wins, and you just lay a bunch of them down and get a ton of damage out. You put this bad boy out and you put them right back in your deck. So great answer to ninjas struggling sometimes against control, running out of relevant attacks. This is beautiful art yet again, always, and very, very strong card. Up next, we have a Warrior Action Majestic, Oath of Steel. Whenever you attack with a weapon this turn, put a +1 counter on it. At the beginning of your end phase, remove all +1 counters from weapons you control. So you wouldn't want to use this with Dawnblade because you could end up just, scrapping all of your tokens or +1 counters that you've accumulated over the game. But this looks exceptional for sabers and axes. I think that this is a must in my mind for either of those builds. And I think we're going to see a variant of Bolton arise that swings multiple times per turn but doesn't need to one-hit kill. Like maybe a Spill Blood Axe build or something like that. But this card has great value, like even in Kasai or something like that. 3 swings gets you +4 damage out of it. So that's the curve we're trying to break, and 3 swings is pretty manageable in either of those builds. So great card right here, and of course it can go much farther than 3 swings. Here we have a Majestic item for the Mechanologist, Signal Jammer, cost 0, comes in blue. Signal Jammer enters the arena with a steam counter on it. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy Signal Jammer unless you remove a steam counter from it. Each hero can't play more than 1 non-attack action card each turn. So this would affect you for 1 turn and your opponent for 2 turns, and it's going to be very strong against Runeblade. Briar won't be able to get Embodiments of Lightning while this is out, and Chain likes to play a lot of non-attack actions as well, so definitely want to side this in to have some Runeblade counter. Next up, we have another Majestic item, Dissolution Sphere. This is a yellow 2 cost. Dissolution Sphere enters the arena with a steam counter on it. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy Dissolution Sphere unless you remove a steam counter from it. Whenever your hero would be dealt exactly 1 damage, prevent it. Outstanding card. Basically a 2 cost Zen token. Soaks up Rune Chance, bring Breakpoint and 4 attacks down to 3. The last card was great, but this is just outstanding. I think LSS wants Mech to be the premier Runeblade counter. Now we have a ranger weapon. It's the Dreadbore. Once per turn action, pay 1. You may put an arrow card from your hand face up into an empty arsenal zone you control. If you do, it gains +1 until end of turn. Go again. Arrows you control have defense reactions, can't be played from hand, this chain link. So this is very clearly control hate. You're going to sideboard this in any ranger deck and play it against control in my mind. And this is much needed because it's very easy to be fatigued when you rely on arrows heavily. So great card right here. Now we have a majestic equipment in the arm slot for Runeblade, Vexing Quillhand. Action, destroy Vexing Quillhand, create 2 rune chant tokens, go again. So that is just completely free. 2 free rune chants, very strong. Arcane Barrier 1. This card is it's really good, but I don't think it's better than Grasp in general. But it definitely is a sideboard. Like I know you definitely want to play this against Kano or any other wizard. And really, maybe even in the mirror too, or against other rune blades. That Arcane Barrier with 2 free rune chants is very strong as opposed to running just null rune. And also, Grasp of the Arknight is so expensive now. I think that this is just a great budget option in general too, or maybe not budget, but mid tier card to be able to get. And if you don't want to shell out, $170 for Grasp of the Arknight, this is an excellent card to replace it with. Next up, we have a Null Rune Hood alternate art. Moving on to the generic item portion of the day, we have Amulet of Oblation. It has natural go again, and then the ability is instant. Destroy Amulet of Oblation until end of turn, target attack action card gains. If this would be put into a graveyard, instead put it on the bottom of its owner's deck. Activate this ability only if a card has entered a graveyard this turn. So it's kind of like on-demand Remembrance, but with only 1 card instead of 3, and a requirement on it. So I'm not really feeling this one. The only thing better it has going for it is that it pitches for 1 more than Remembrance. So I don't think that cost. I don't think those things even out. I'm not really seeing this one. Now we have the Talisman of Cremation, natural go again. When you play a card from your banished zone, destroy Talisman of Cremation and name a card. Banish all cards with the chosen name from each opposing hero's graveyard. So very fun card. This being a trigger and not an action, meaning it just the next time you banish a card, whether you want to or not, this is happening. More or less sideboard for if you're playing as a shadow hero versus another shadow hero, but a very fun interaction. I do enjoy this. And finally, we have Healing Potion. It has action, destroy Healing Potion, gain 2, go again. So Sigil being played as an instant, gaining 3 seems better here. And even more than that, I probably would just prefer to block for 2. Almost any card in the game can block for 2, and it's almost as good as gaining 2 life. I think this is where the question comes in of like these items are clearly for merchant for the most part. But one thing I do want to note with the new items is our blues now do give us a choice between basically like utility or being able to block with them. So it is nice to see that the decks are going to be a lot more diverse on the blue line, and really more decisions will have to be put into what blues go in your deck going forward. And that does it for day 3 spoilers. I think that the class cards are looking really good so far, and I'm really excited to see what else gets added in. We've seen some gear, some weapons, items, regular class majestics. Very excited to see how all of these items play out as time goes on, and as we see maybe the merchant hero's weapon or gear. But overall, very impressed by the class cards.